Welcome back. Our Meet the Candidates series begins tonight. We are joined by Pat Starr, candidate for Sioux Falls School Board. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Absolutely. I'm excited about this.
Absolutely. And you've been on the Sioux Falls City Council for quite some time now. You are now looking at the Sioux Falls School Board. For people who may not have heard of you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, absolutely. I've been on the Sioux Falls City Council for the last 8 years. I think what people think most about me is that it's the openness, transparency, and I'm probably a fiscal hawk like crazy. So I love my numbers and I love making sure that we squeeze every nickel. But I've been married for the last 33 years. We have 3 kids and a ton of foster kids over the years that we've had. Avery's 22, Angela's 16 going on 23, and she'll be the death of dad before we're done. And I have a 12-year-old daughter, Linnea.
And after your time on the Sioux Falls City Council, why is the school board something that interests you?
Well, actually, I was looking at moving up, and I think the school board is probably the biggest move. What we have to get past as a community is getting past that point where we say, I don't have kids in school, or I don't have kids at this school. The school district is the future of our community. What we do with our kids and how we educate them and move them forward is probably the most important thing we can do in our community.
And have you had conversations with parents and stakeholders, and have they brought up some of the challenges that they are seeing within the school district?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest challenge is the family life that carries over into the classroom. It's about behaviors, it's about kids being able to succeed, but it's also teachers teaching. And one of the things the district has done that is awesome more than anything else is brought in behavior specialists. So we're finding kids where they're at and finding individual plans for them to succeed. We try so often to push kids into one box or one way of teaching. We have to meet kids where they're at and continue to allow them to grow.
And what are some of the things that you maybe hope to implement should you be seated on the school board?
Well, more than, it goes back to 3 things. It's openness of the board, it's transparency, and most importantly, it's fiscal responsibility. People are going through that point right now where they're looking at their property tax bills and their assessments of their home, and they can't pay more in property taxes. So we have to squeeze every nickel as tight as we can. I think we pay enough taxes in Sioux Falls. We just need to allocate them correctly.
And you had mentioned during a recent debate about 3rd grade being a particular grade that you are focusing on. Why is that?
Well, what happens is people who plan prisons or forecast the number of prison beds that we need, South Dakota is just in the process of spending $1 billion incarcerating people. But what they do is they look at the number of 3rd graders who can read at grade level. That is their predictor for the future of what we need for prison beds. It's a horrible thing, but at the same time, we have to continue with the basics of education. Kids need to be able to read, to do math, to understand science, and the basics of what we're doing. And it all starts in those lower elementary grades. It is so much cheaper to educate a child in 3rd grade than it is to incarcerate them when they're 20.
Pat Starr, candidate for the Sioux Falls School Board. We will have more with our conversation right after this.